More than 250,000 Holocaust survivors live in Israel today. Almost half of them live below the poverty line. So Operation Blessing Israel is helping them with basic things like food and medicine.
In June of 1942, Sarah Gut and her family were rounded up by Nazi soldiers and sent to a Jewish ghetto in Ukraine. Almost 70 years later, Sarah still carries the scars of the Holocaust.
We were constantly beaten by the whips. They also had terrible dogs. I was beaten by a dog here.
Life in the ghetto was brutal, but for Sarah, the escape was even worse.
When the Germans fled, they bombed us a lot. In one bombing, we ran outside, and my husband was killed right away. I fell into a basement with my child, who died next.
For 3 days, Sarah was buried alive. She never fully recovered from her injuries, and today it's hard for her to get out of bed. Like many Holocaust survivors in Israel, Sarah lives below the poverty line. That's why Operation Blessing Israel is reaching out to help.
Many of them were only able to immigrate to Israel in 1989. When they were able to come, they were much older. Many of them were not able to work, and they weren't able to speak the language. So not only did they come with nothing, but when they arrived here, they weren't able to provide for themselves.
Most of Sarah's small pension goes to medicine, and there's not much left for food. So once a month, she makes a list, and a team from Operation Blessing buys her groceries. Sarah looks forward to the visits from her new friends.
They know that we're Christian, and they welcome us. There's something that happens, and I think it's reconciliation, isn't it? And it's certainly what Jesus calls us to.
Thank you. We are not many of us left alive. I don't know how to thank you for remembering us.
And thank you. If you're a member of the 700 Club, you're part of that. Portion of every gift goes into the work of Operation Blessing. So if you're not a member, join with us. Join in helping people around the world, not just here in America, but we want to reach out. And if you have a heart for Israel, and if you have a heart for the Holocaust survivors in Israel, you can designate your gift. So 100% of it will go into that work. All you have to do is say, I want to give to Operation Blessing Israel. There's a place you can just write to us. Just say Operation Blessing Israel in the envelope, CBN Center, Virginia Beach, Virginia 23463. There's also a place on the Operation Blessing website where you can designate your gift. And if you're interested in that story about Hitler's final solution for the church, we have a special web page for it on cbn.com. And you can actually download from that, there's a link where you can download the Army report of Hitler's final solution for the church, how he planned to wipe the Christians off the map of Germany and completely change it so that the churches were dedicated to worshiping him. So if you want to get more information about the history of it, the sources, it's all there on cbn.com.